Yeah, a decently notable Pichu online as well. But Madison Turner has done pretty well in a lot of the box branded events. She's just kind of shown up in them. Usually a pretty consistent threat to make top 32 and make top 64 pretty much every time. So we'll see what Madison can pull out in this one. From what I've seen, she has a pretty measured play style. So I wonder how it's gonna impact, especially against that Gordo play that DDD's and Brodie Lee loves.
Yeah, I think a big thing is how do they handle keeping Dedede in check. You want to make sure you're keeping Dedede grounded as often as possible, because that's where you have to fear Dedede. They can go for that Gordo setup. They can go for that falling back air, which you always know it's coming, but you still get hit anyways. It's just one of those moves that you try to adjust around, and then you get baited on the second jump or so. And Brodie Lee is doing an excellent job of that, trying to look for the get-up option, I like the idea of baiting the banana in front, be able to get a follow-up punish like a down smash afterwards. Did not get it though.
Yeah. Brodie Lee just kind of looking to control the stage right now. And that's what you want to do, Diddy. You want to throw out that Gordo, and if your opponent plays scared against Gordo, you're like, okay, the match is over. But Madison Turner getting a little bit aggressive with these up Bs right now. Doing a decent job fighting with Gordo at the moment. You know, whether it be that neutral B, whether it be throwing banana, just kind of always having a projectile at the ready to deal with Gordo is what she needs to do.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Madison Lee is not afraid to reset center stage when the situations are bad. Because we've seen multiple times where, Brodie Lee was able to get a hold of banana. I'm not going to stick around, because if you get hit by one of those drop down bananas in the up smash, that's your stock at like 80% by comparison to having to get a KO at like 180. And you see it Brodie Lee keeps looking for it, and then Madison retreats. And that has been keeping Madison in this game so far. And once again, the up B across center stage is just not only an aggressive answer, but a way to get on. However, the back air is finally going to take a stop.
Yeah, her uppies aggressively have been very they've been interesting. They've worked so far.
I never question when Diddy does it, because I feel like they have some extra big brain option. Usually it's not, but
but what if they did?
To like an explosion. So there it is, the anti-air. It's still, even at 177, up smash not going to take it.
Yeah. You know, for taking early stocks, a lot of what Diddy tries to look for is banana dare. You're not always going to find that against Diddy, though, because it's a recovery that you're like, do I want to mess with that right now? Do I feel like getting spiked or grounded? Yeah, exactly. But we'll see if Madison can look for more edge guards.
Also pointed out in chat, why is it that both a peanut and a fruit beat a titanium like metal spike ball? I have questions for the development team, but
I have a lot of questions.
It's a very scary situation. Gonna avoid the forward smash though. When you see that Gordo come out at ledge, it is such a terrible guessing game. You have to worry about if they're going to read a jump, if they're going to force smash you at the ledge, or if they just wait for you to get up and go for a charge down B. It doesn't, like, all the options are scary, but luckily for Diddy, you have that jump side B to get out of there.
Yeah, and you know, doesn't really lose too much after that, you know, not getting the quite the right read on that. But Madison Turner's starting to get a little more damage, and it feels like Madison Turner's starting to get a solid understanding of how to play this neutral. As I say that though, another up B. Brodie Lee just hasn't been ready for the up B so far, and because of that, Madison's able to use that as a get out of jail free card a lot of times.
Yeah, and that's something you got to be careful too, because once you do something too many times, it's no longer a mix-up, it's predictable. And when you have someone like a Dedede who can hard punish you very badly, you got to be careful with those situations. And still, even Banana with charge forward smash at 154, not going to do it coast to coast. Another one at the ledge will definitely take it.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking for these peanuts right now. It's starting to get up to this high percent, so Madison's able to find an up smash. Yeah, or an F smash, that works as well. That's gonna take the stock. We'll see if she can extend. You know, yeah, not gonna find anything. Just gonna get hit with that big ol' hammer.
Yeah, momentary lapse of judgment. You know, you see a Dedede running at you at the ledge, but one of the big things is that Dedede, outside of really high percents and maybe a back throw, not normally going to kill you with a throw there. And Brodie Lee knew, okay, they assume they're going to get grabbed, so I'm going to call this jump out. But big damage, 75% already, but that's in that rule that AD was talking about. That's always going to happen. It's about how does Brodie Lee play after this.
Yeah, that was the first really big string that Madison was able to find all set. I feel like a lot of the time I was talking about how she's a measured player. She kind of tries to nickel and dime you, but you can't really do that against the heavy a lot of times.
No.
Such a weird interaction with the FP there. And
I assumed it was going to happen at some point because, Madison kept going for the explosions at the ledge, and at some points that explosion can just blast you off the stage. And unfortunately, it ended up being the very last stock. So Brodie Lee able to take game number 1.
Team Rocket style right there. Game 1 lost there for Madison Turner. Blasted off again, but we'll see if she can take this game 2 here and set it to a game 3. Madison, definitely a strong player. Had a nice little start, nice little game going there, but couldn't really convert in a lot of areas. Wasn't getting kills to 180. Probably needs to look for a little bit more of these ledge trap scenarios, these edge guard scenarios to really extend her advantage.
Yeah, I think one of the good things is like you couldn't close out the KOs, but you were still setting up the percent to KO often. And you just put that SD in your back pocket. It's like, okay, I accidentally missed the ledge snap. It's fine. That matchup was even through the whole way. And I just got to be a little bit more careful on my defense in terms of when Brodie Lee is looking for KOs, because Mr. Brodie Lee, on the other hand, as well, it's hard as a DVD to navigate around those banana traps, and he was able to do it consistently. But we're going to be seeing a bit of a change of scenery here onto FD.
Yeah, I think this is a good pick for Madison if they can get these big combo strings going. A lot of, like I said, Madison, a lot of what she was doing was a lot of nickel and diming. She'd get a couple of hits here, she'd pick up 20%, okay, reset to neutral. If Diddy has a lot of these really big combo strings, or just kind of advantage strings in general, you're starting to see it here.
I like the way that Madison Lee, she's starting to bait not only the inhales, but looking for, the door double. Okay, gotta move now. I'm gonna punish it accordingly. And I mean, to be real, I'm very surprised we ended up on FD, because this is a wonderful home for adventure and everything happiness that is for Diddy Kongs. Because that banana it's basically a 2v1. You have to worry about banana at all times, and you have no platforms to escape to. Brodie Lee still does very well on the stage, so I don't think that they felt uncomfortable here. But that banana to forward smash, nowhere to escape to, and Madison Lee getting the first lead of the set.
Yeah, and I think what I was talking about at the start of this game is really starting to come to fruition. Her advantage is so much stronger in this game, and because of that, FD is a wonderful pick, as we're talking about having to worry about banana. And it seems like Brodie Lee is going for a lot of inhale reads early. It was like, okay, let me grab the banana, but he's not really finding. Madison's mixing it up very well right now, so you can't really find it.
You know what? I don't know if that was intentional or not, but Brodie Lee decided to go for a dash attack on top of the banana that was already there. I don't remember whether they got control of it or not, but it's like, use the trip so there's no end lag on it, and then roll right away. Got to be careful with these situations. I think Madison is trying to set up Brodie Lee to air dodge after one of those back airs and get an early down air. There it is!
All right.
I've maybe seen a Diddy once or twice, and Madison Turner set that up perfectly. When you're a big body like that, you always have to worry about that back air at the ledge, so you try to condition them into the fear of that, and there was no air dodge, but Madison Lee's still going for it regardless. And whole stock up on FD against a DDD is definitely a very comfortable place to be in.
Yeah, and I think you're really seeing the edge guarding, the ledge trapping really come out from Madison Turner in this game. Getting hit by Gordo a little bit more, but just playing so well in the neutral right now, and that was already a strength she had, so she can just continue on it and start to get these earlier kills. It's looking really rough here for Brodie Lee. Definitely still doable, but this game looks convincing so far. Definitely not over yet, though.
Yeah, like up until that banana got hit, Brodie Lee was consistently getting a hold of that banana like so, looking for these drop down aerials into with the banana. He just hasn't been able to find it yet. If Brodie Lee is able to find one of these banana confirms at the ledge, then we could be seeing a last stock situation. But Madison is just controlling the landings, baiting out Brodie Lee. Good job avoiding getting punished there. But looking a little bit grim. Watch out for that.
The trick every Diddy has up their sleeve. Also, I'm starting to like how Brodie Lee's using his Gordo play. He's starting to throw them in a way where his goal doesn't even seem to be to hit Madison anymore. He's just trying to throw that to control an area and then go for something else off of it. Not even confirming, but kind of as just a bait option. What are we seeing here with this rocket play?
That is really a telltale of does this Dedede know what they're doing or not? Is can they control the rockets and just completely confuse you? And it's a good thing that Brodie Lee was paying attention because that could have been a stop. Not going to get the up air, but the frame trap's going to force another situation where Brodie Lee's got to find his man. At 174, that's going to be a banana into out smash, going to take that game.
Yeah, just like you're talking about, FD with Diddy versus a heavy did not work out well for the heavy. There's just so much room for Madison to combo. Like I was talking about how her advantage was one of the weak points in the previous game, and with FD you can take it slow while still completely blowing up your opponent. Has so much room to combo, has so much room to use banana, and Brodie Lee just wasn't ready to be able to combat that in that game. We'll see what the counter pick ends up being here. We have Kalos and
not only removing Kalos to avoid some interesting ledge trap situations that can happen with Dedede and the greater survivability and making it harder to KO, but also removing the smaller stage because FD works so well. Like you said, the big thing is cutting off the route that a Dedede can take. They have either approach me linear, but there's a banana in the way, so they got to go airborne. And my frame data beats them every single time. But we're going to see the run back to PS2. Not too surprised by this pick. Definitely a much better, wider stage with some escape options with platforms that we saw. But game one, even though won by Brodie Lee, still ended up ending with the self KO by Madison Lee. It was, Madison Turner. It was still a very good game, but it's something that you have to keep in the back of your mind. If you're Brodie Lee, you got to play very solid on defense, otherwise you're going to get capitalized on big here on PS2.
Yeah, definitely. We're already starting to see some of these up Bs come out and get on the stage. Didn't see too many of them in FD, but mostly that was because of how well the advantage is being strong. I almost wonder if Madison's just doing it until Brodie Lee proves he can punish it, because he hasn't really, there was the unfortunate SD, but he hasn't really punished it yet.
Yeah, and like we said before, it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sometimes people will leave it alone intentionally to then punish it later, but again, if you're not doing anything about it, no reason to. But the drop down back air on the side B is going to get a KO. Brodie Lee not only shutting down that ledge trap before to get that damage, but capitalizing on punishes really good here this first stop.
And the other thing I'm just realizing now is she's not using a lot of monkey flip to actually hit her opponent. She's almost exclusively using for maneuverability. As I say that, she uses the monkey flip to hit the opponent, but I like to see her mix a little bit more of that in. It could be good for breaking the zone with Gordo a lot of times, and we'll see if she can utilize a little bit better. But currently just trying to play the patient game, down by a stock, but not trying to force anything, which I really like.
Yeah, I also in the same token answering immediately with that dash attack, but very much the same way. Brodie Lee is not approaching in a reckless way. When you have a stock lead like this, it's very easy for people to want to get too aggressive, and they just constantly approach, and that's what causes you to lose the game. Brodie Lee is playing just in position to catch these approaches from Turner. As you saw, almost catching that forward smash, but Madison, she was finally able to find her way in and close out that stock, and now got to be forced to fight another ledge trap.
Yeah, she's got to be careful of that back air on ledge. It's taking quite a few of her stocks, either with these full hops or short hop back airs. Not finding the punish on the inhale there. Needs to kind of tighten things up if she wants to take this set, and yeesh, just going to get the big hammer.
There it is. The consistency of Brodie Lee to get a hold of that banana has been so huge, and leading to a KO finally there. It's been looking for it all set, and now answering over and over again with these up Bs in center stage. Brodie Lee's definitely caught on to the side Bs and the up Bs, kind of like almost using it in a way that like Bayo's used afterburner kick from the ledge. It's like, all right, you're coming to me. I know you are. You're not going to wait. And the dash attack has been a consistent answer.
Yeah, and Madison really just needs to find a way. I feel like right now she's trying to approach very horizontally. She's trying to get in on him with a short hop distance. I think if she tries to do a little bit more shield cross ups, tomahawk, she might be able to get in more effectively on Brodie Lee here.
But Brodie Lee is consistently catching every single get-up option, whether it be a side B. Oh, that's a very bad spot, trying to look for the explosion for the up B to back him off, and that's going to be it. Madison played very well that game too, kept it close game one, but Brodie Lee really kind of slowed it down, shut down a lot of the aggressive approaches with those dash attacks and those back airs, like you said at the very beginning of the set, and able to take it 2-1, our first game 3 of the tournament so far.
Yeah, still a solid performance from Madison Turner. There's a couple things she would need to tighten up for her losers run that's inevitably coming. Have faith in Madison Turner. Nice showing of that game 2 there. So don't know what we're gonna be seeing next, but honestly, all these sets so far have just been great so far. It's great to see Brodie Lee, Adamus coming